Peace, everybody. This is your boy, Evil, the Any-Star host of the Dynex Podcast. This is another live episode. Just trying this stuff out again, man. It's going to be the first of many. Starting off here, we're going to be talking about the narrative surrounding our Knicks, diehard Knicks. Where's it at right there? Bam, diehard Knicks logo right there. Talking about the Knicks narrative, man. Now, it's supposed to be summertime. It's supposed to be like a time for everyone to be happy out there, enjoying the new social distancing rules that they got the people set up in the street, all kind of nonsense, whatever in New York City is kind of wild. But this is about the time everybody starts to open up and stuff like that. But with that being said, you tune into all of our favorite media outlets. You got ESPN is the number one that most of us podcasters like to trash. But like another one, Bleacher Report, which was given birth from guys like me. You know what I'm saying? And they're starting to put snuff articles and stuff like that. Just becoming ESPN again. I just don't understand what that's about. I guess the that boosts the clicks and it gets people to watch the content and stuff like that. But from a diehard fan like myself, it's just something that we just don't deal with, man. You know what I'm saying? We want to find out information about the Knicks. We don't want to be chastised about the narrative that these media guys want to put out there. And that's all the sad old narrative that the Knicks suck. Yes, the Knicks will never be good, all this, that, and the other. Okay, cool. But before we get into that, man, because it's all going into a narrative, right? I just want to talk about this. This is my merch page here. This is Dire Knicks merch. Right now, I'm doing a promo, which is going to be ending in about another 3 days or so. That everything that you see on this website is going to be any proceeds that I get is going to be given to charity. So as we scroll through this website here, you see I'm a diehard fan. You got keep the Knicks name out your mouth. Also, too, you got these pictures here. Racism ends with me. So now the whole purpose of this, obviously, is the whole Black Lives Matter movement. And I just want to show light to that because the question is with everybody is like, what do you do? Like I know everybody wants to help the situation, but what do you do to help? You know what I'm saying? So everybody wants all these celebrities to do something. They're waiting for somebody to come out and say something. They're waiting for Dolan to say the right thing. We'll get into that. But this is my way of giving back to the community. Anyway, so anything that you see on this Die Hard Knicks website, any proceeds that I get here, man, is going to go to charity. So as we go back here, there's a bunch of shirts here, man. I got a lot of different stuff. Got something here from Dirty Doorman when me and him did that push-up challenge. A bunch of other things too. A couple of generic T-shirts with the Dire Knicks logo. We're not taking no shit. Remember that? And of course, just the regular Die Hard merch and stuff like that. It's cool, man. Any thing would be appreciated. But like I said, any proceeds that I would get from this is not gonna go in my pocket. I'm just gonna donate whatever I receive to charity, man. So the charity that I'm trying to donate to, I'm still trying to figure that out, and I'll figure that out. I'll announce it in about 3 days or so, on July 23rd. So yeah, man, that's what we're talking about here. So back to the whole narrative thing. Let's do this. We were talking about Bleacher Report. So let's pull up this Bleacher Report article because they were doing like a 30 teams in 30 days type of thing. And everybody is waiting for the next turn, When were the Knicks going to get their turn? As you can see to this way, right there, you got my man Dolan. Picture of Dolan, man. So here's the narrative, right? They want to talk about how bad Dolan is. And they put like the worst picture that you could possibly find. At least they gave him a haircut this time, But he's always slouched over looking crazy. But it's 30 teams in 30 days. What's the headline? Howard Beck, he's our sports writer. He left I forgot where he left. I think it might have been Newsday or something like that. He left Newsday and whatever. Now he's on Bleacher Report. And he's, like I said, he's giving these snuff articles again, that everyone else is doing. Howard Beck explores how James Dolan's passive silence of social injustice has upset Knicks employees, players, and more. Who's the more? You know what I'm saying? I'm a diehard fan, man. I love the Knicks, and the Knicks are not like I'm not looking to the Knicks to teach me anything about anything social. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about what Dolan has to say or anything like that. And also too, I'm woke enough to understand that all these different outlets and stuff like that, they're all putting out the same cookie cutter a story out there. Say, oh yeah, we stand with this and the other. Oh, you just want everyone to say, oh, we stand with this, we stand with that. all right, it's cool, but it's all cookie cutter, because they want the bottom line to stay, because they know that black minorities and even quote unquote allies, just good people in general are gonna support those that are supporting this movement. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't support the movement, then it's gonna hurt your bottom line. Just ask the NFL, because the NFL you know buried Colin Kaepernick underneath the stadium. When he was doing his protesting, basically the same thing that they're protesting right now. It's cool now. It wasn't cool then, but now the NFL is out there supporting this movement too. When they weren't before, you just got to keep your eyes open, right? So anyway, it's famous now. James Dolan, he made this statement that there wasn't really a statement. He just was like, MSG and the company, whatever, they're not I'm trying to think the word that he used, that they're not experts in this thing, which they're not. As a grown person, right? Like I'm not, like I said, I'm not looking for the MSG or Dolan and them guys to make any kind of teach me anything. You know what I'm saying? Like if anyone's looking for them to, oh, they didn't make a stance. Nobody else is making a stance. Like I said, they're just trying to protect the bottom line. So when you talk about Dolan's and MSC's statement, they said they're not experts, okay? Yeah, but they like to lead by example. And what have they done the last few years? But do nothing but lead by example. Throughout the last 15 years, all they've done was hire people of color. You know what I'm saying? That with their Gardener's Dreams Foundation, they're constantly helping out whatever. They keep giving all kind of minorities voices and jobs and within the organization, whether they have to do with player development or just even on the grassroots level, where if you come out to see the Knicks in public, you're gonna see black and minorities, you're gonna see Spanish, you're gonna see white, you're gonna see everybody, Asian, you're gonna see all kind of different even our Indian brothers and sisters out there. You're gonna see everybody on the spectrum being represented when the Knicks are out there. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, they're not experts, but they are trying their best to put out a good thing. Lead by example. And I can't really put up Instagram right now, but Instagram, they one of the posts that they put today was Taj Gibson. He had like a walk where they had he had like a walk to protest, not protest, but just like to for the community to walk together to show solidarity for like violence against the community, the shootings that's been happening. So it was a walk to show that the community strength that won't be tolerated. Same thing with the Black Lives Matter movement. That's what's so crazy about this whole thing, is that it's all Black Lives Matter. Why? But all lives matter. They're saying, oh yeah, but what about black on black crime, which is a myth. You know what I'm saying? Because crime is just crime. You know what I'm saying? Well, this is not that type of show. But he put that lead by example, Taj Gibson. You know what I'm saying? Taj Gibson with his organization led that movement, and MSG supported lead by example. You know what I'm saying? They let Taj Gibson, maybe him through his organization and his grassroots efforts, whatever. Maybe he is expert in these things. So allow your players to do that. Post it on your page. Show, look, this is what the experts are doing. Taj Gibson and his foundation, they're experts. Taj Gibson, shout out to him. He's from Brooklyn. I believe he's from the Fort Greene area as well. I'm not sure exactly, but he's been visiting the projects and been messing, hanging out with the staff of housing staff, giving them pizza parties and this, that, and the other, and just showing up, whatever, just making sure that they're good, because the New York City housing people, they've been out there since the beginning too, so that they need to have that light shine on them to show that people appreciate them. So I appreciate the fact that Taj Gibson did that. So I mean, that's all, like I said, it's all leading through example, and that's what the Knicks are doing. And like you can't it's just like, it's not embarrassing to be a Knicks fan. It's just embarrassing to see how they do the Knicks, man. Look at this, man. So anyway, if you wanna scroll, click the, I'll give them a click. You know what I'm saying? Let's click the article. As soon as you click the article, click the article, you just read what they're saying here. Do Black Lives Matter to James Dolan? It's like crazy. Like Howard Beck. I ain't got nothing against Howard Beck, man, because he works for Bleacher Report, so I'm quite sure they put him up to this. And you just go through here, he just going on. It's a whole article just straight up about the Black Lives Matter movement and why Dolan didn't say anything. I mean, it's just crazy, man. Yeah. Let's just get out of this, because I don't want to waste too much screen time on that. Yeah, man. Let's just put the kid on the screen there. Yeah, man. So yeah, man. I just think it's embarrassing that they have to do that. They go through such lengths just to embarrass the Knicks and Dolan. Like I said, I'm a diehard fan. I got my own diehard hat. I got my own logo and stuff like that. I got my own merch and stuff like this. I don't need you know I just don't need it. I just don't need all this nonsense. I love the team, and at this point, Dolan would just have to he would have to do something extreme, like like Donald Sterling extreme, in order for me to even worry about it. Because like I said, last 4 NBA coaches for the Knicks were 3 out of the 4 were black. Only Hornacek was the lone non-black coach the last 4 years. Right, and then you go to the execs. Last year before we did the whole changeover, the whole front office was led by black people. So it's like, what are you talking about? Like, oh, James Dolan needs to do this, James Dolan needs to do that. They need to change the front office. I mean, he did under Phil Jackson, and then under Steve Mills and Scott Perry. They changed the front office already. Now they changed it again. This time, not just focusing on strictly black execs, because it was clearly like a narrative for the organization to get some black voices in this room here. But anyway, aside from that, I went and got some of the most how do you want to say brightest minds in the NBA, qualified minds, whether it's black, white, or whatever. We talked about it in nausea, and if you're a Knicks fan, you already know about it anyway. So we got the older guy from the Utah. We got the young guys from Cleveland, young guy from OKC. All these young guys from the Brooklyn Nets organization and whatever. And we got him and his brother as a scout. There's all these different guys that are out there. So, the Knicks are doing their best to change the culture, to change what's going on, and they are leading by example, because out of any NBA team, the Knicks have the most diversity. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, last year, the whole front office was African American. You know what I'm saying? Like I said just now, the last 4 coaches. Excuse me, 3 out of the last 4 coaches were black. So the Knicks are leading by example. So I'm not worried about whether or not if MSG is going to use a cookie cutter statement. It's just all nonsense to me. So I just wish as a Knicks fan base that we would stick up for our team. And just look and see what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Well, we don't have any bad contracts. You know what I'm saying? We have all of our draft picks plus extra. You know what I'm saying? We had a bad season, whatever, but we can get about the 6th pick in the draft. So what is there to complain about, man? That's what drives me nuts about being a Knicks fan. It's not necessarily all these articles and stuff like that. It's just the fan reaction to these articles, which drive me freaking crazy, man. But before we get out of here with that, I also wanted to just point out to this poster, this guy that was on the actual article. Let me see if you can pull it up here. I think I might have lost it. But one of the players was like, "Yo, I waited weeks. I waited weeks for them to get to the Knicks so I can get some Knicks news. I waited weeks for it, and then we finally get to it, and look what happens. It's a smut article. It's like, come on, man, get out of there. Get out of here with that. They want to, like, people want, like, they're waiting for the 30-30. Like the last one they did was about Zion. They had Zion. They were talking about Zion, the New Orleans Pelicans, what they're building there with the young people and stuff like that. I'm quite sure New Orleans fans love that article. But as soon as you get to the Knicks, right, it's on some bullshit. Always on some bullshit. And personally, I just can't. Me personally, I can't take it anymore. So I'm glad to be here. For the fans here. So we can just get back to talking about Knicks basketball again. Just want to see if anybody's here, man. Who's with me here in the comments? If you guys are in any of these rooms here, like in Facebook or on Sportscaster, if you're in the chat room, say what's up to me in the chat room. I can see you and I can shout you out, blast you on the screen and whatnot, and give you some love. Yeah, man. It's just crazy. Who we have here? We got Bill McHenry. What's up? What's up, Buick, man? Trying something new. I got this podcast going. So now I'm doing some live videos and stuff, man. So I'm just trying to get some fan reaction and stuff. So it's good to see Bill McHenry, man. Bill McHenry, me and him go way back to the ultimateknicks.com days, man. Still affiliated with them. I haven't even looked at that website in a while, man. But shout out to the Die Hard Knicks podcast. Excuse me, just to the Ultimate Knicks website. Let me see if I can get those guys up while I'm waiting here. But yeah, man, Buick still what? What's Buick talking about? Buick still bleeding orange and blue, no doubt, man. You still got the Buick? That was his tagline on the website. It was Buick something. I forgot what it was. Buick. Put it in the comments. What was the name of that of your handle, man? Let me see if I can get this website up so I can give my guys some love. It's on DireKnicks.com. DireKnicks.com. It used to be one of the better forums on the internet, but I had to leave them because I was getting myself in trouble. The guys were they were banning me, and then I know the guys personally, so it was just kind of weird to have to do that, then I have to go, and apologize to these guys because of what I was saying about them and stuff. But let's see if I can 93 Buick. There you go, 93 Buick. You still got it, brother? Let me see. All right, we're going to let's see if we can put this the screen up here. Dire Knicks. If anybody's watching that that might have been on DireKnicks.com, let me know. Say what's up. So anyway, here goes Dire Knicks. It's gonna be UltimateKnicks.com. That's the forum there. Let's see what these guys are talking about. UltimateKnicks.com. They're talking about Gallinari and all season. They're talking about Thibs and whatever, coronavirus. Same stuff, John Lewis. Same old stuff in the Dire Knicks, the UltimateKnicks.com website. Got Briggs is back. Briggs was banned as well. Shout out to Alan Fan and all those guys out there. Yeah, man, it's dope. Good stuff, man. Yeah, man. I'm so glad that to see you on here, man. I said nah, but I'm still a crazy fan. I got you. Yeah, man. And that makes me happy to see you on here, bro. Anyway, man. So we can get into some other talk here. So the whole coaching search. What's your thoughts on the coaches, McHenry? I see you looking at me on Facebook. What's your thoughts on the coaches right now? Right now, let me while we're at it, let's open up the phone calls here. If anybody pops up on it, the phone lines are open. I could try to get you on here on the phone here to be a part of the show. Trying some things here. Right now, I'm trying to work this out with Sportscaster, getting the fans on Sportscaster some love. But I will be doing more YouTube. I probably won't be doing as much Facebook. But we'll see how things go because Facebook be hating sometimes, man. Everybody on Facebook be hating. But much love to everybody on Sportscaster. Sportscaster seems to really love the fans, and this is what this was really all about. Oh man. I mean, something just popped. Speaking of Bleacher Report, I'm sure everyone else got the notification. What's the name? Pop says, "I don't want to die." All right, let's just get into that. Let's get into the whole bubble thing, man. The whole bubble thing is just absolutely ridiculous. Look, what month are we in right now? It's July. Right now, and right at this point in July is almost dog days of summer. This should be the time where everybody has already signed. Everybody already got their draft picks, whatever. We should be in summer league right now. We should be in Vegas. Right now, I should be in Vegas. This year, I planned on being in Vegas maybe at least one day. You know what I'm saying? And hanging out with some Knicks fans and actually watching Knicks basketball. Right now is when we would be doing that. But right now, we're talking about the bubble league. Now, this shouldn't be even the NBA season. This should be like a whole different thing here. Excuse me. This should be just like one segment where okay, now we're just having like this random league in the summertime. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, the season's over. Like I mentioned plenty of time on my regular podcast is that in 1994 there was a MLB lockout that locked out all the players and whatever, because of their contracts and their collective bargaining agreement. Season was done. 94. Nobody cared. Nobody batted an eye. They just shut the season down and they started back up the next season. Why can't we do that for now? This is a freaking pandemic. People are dying from this thing. People are getting sick every day. Shout out to John from the Lower. He's a sometime guest. I've been trying to get this guy to get on this podcast more often, but you can't force people to do whatever. But he's been great on the episodes that we had. But my man just came down with the coronavirus. People are still getting this disease, man. And I spoke to him today. I almost cried because I can hear him coughing. and it made me sad to hear him that way. It's my guy. But people are still dying from this thing, man. People are still getting sick from coronavirus, man. So I mean, like, why are we still doing this? What are you talking about over here, Mike? I mean, Bill. Uh, when just reading it, I can hear you talking, man. I feel that we need players first. I like Mitch, RJ, and Frank. Maybe Knox, maybe DSJ in that order. I like the process and not selling out too quick. Yeah, man. We gotta just see what we have, man. And then right now, this is just being drawn out, dragged out because now we're talking about the season when we're gonna see Knicks basketball is not gonna be until January. It's gonna buy. I mean, because listen, the NBA draft lottery I believe is like in August, right? And then August or September, end of August or the beginning of September. Then we're gonna talk about the draft is gonna be in October, when the season is usually starting. That's when the draft is gonna start. Then you gotta have a free agency. You gotta have a 2-month period with this free agency. Then you gotta have another month period of training camps and all this. Now you're talking about January. Now you're even talking about February, maybe even March. What the hell are we doing with this, man? It's just something that needs to be it's something that needs to change, man. I mean somebody needs to snap out of it. Like they also put out an article today saying that nobody tested positive in the NBA. That's a that's a lie. I'm trying not to curse. That's a lie. Didn't Michael Beasley just get sent home because he got the coronavirus? I mean, why are you gonna lie? Don't lie. Like Michael Beasley was signed to the Nets. He left Orlando because he tested positive, and I think somebody else had tested positive on the Nets as well. People are still testing positive for this thing, man. Stop lying. Like you can't put out an article and then pretend you didn't put it out. You know what I'm saying? People are still getting it. And I'm quite sure they're covering up a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because the season didn't start yet, so they still got a little bit of time for guys to quarantine and stuff like that if they do have it. So I mean, it's just madness. And I really feel sorry for the young kids because these college guys coming in, they're they have to wait now. Usually right now they're being summer league, showing what they can do right now. This is when RJ was battling against Zion, and we watched RJ have a bad game and get into him just building throughout the summer league. And by in the summer league, he was the player that we thought he would be. You know what I'm saying? Playing against that competition. You know what I'm saying? So this is when we should be looking at the draft picks and whoever we draft and be like watching them to see if they progress throughout the summer league and then start preparing for training camp and stuff like that. But I mean, now this process now is going to be dragged up until freaking January, man. And I just really can't really can't dig it, man. Yeah, shout out to everybody in Sportscaster. Right now, I don't have Sportscaster on the screen. I'm gonna try to get it up now, but I'm gonna make sure I turn off the sound because you know how that goes, man. You don't want to have no echo. So let me turn this sound down here. But are we live on Sportscaster? Looks like I might have lost Sportscaster. Let me see. Aha, Sportscaster is there. Like I said, I don't have the chat going on Sportscaster. I see Simmons there. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about, man. Let me unplug this here. All right. Yeah, man, this is live. You know what I'm saying? Still getting used to this OBS stuff. That's what we got here. Let's scroll down here. I got a lot of guys. Raphael, 228.79. We got Spurs with Aiden. We got Red Bones. We got Joe Madden. Simmons with me. We got Paul was Revere. That's fucking awesome, man. I love these names, man. Texas guy, TX. Exactly, bro. I want to know who the next coach is going to be. All right, we'll talk about that in a second. What else we got here? Florida. Talking about the bubble. All right, I got you up here, man. So I'm gonna be messing around with this chat over there. All right, so coach, man, I already had a podcast before. I kind of want I want a coach that's going to be like part of the whole mix, like the whole front office that we just built is these guys are all experts in their field. You want to talk about the dude from Utah? He's been a fixture there. He's supposed to be like real in tune with these young guys, developing them, stuff like that. A draft guru. We got the quote unquote capologist from the Cleveland Cavaliers. We got like one of the brightest young minds, and that kid that they stole from OKC. And then the other dude that Kobe vouched for, we got him, and then plus his brother is also in the scouting department. So we got a whole bunch of bright minds. We got a lot of older guys. We got a lot of young guys. A nice good mix of people, that's involved with the Knicks now. So now we need a coach that's going to be like that. We don't need a coach that's already standing on his own kind of entity. So I'm not a fan of Coach Tibbs, man. Because when you get Coach Tibbs, and you gotta allow Coach Tibbs to hire his own staff. You know what I'm saying? You can't be like, oh, let's get Mr. Potato Head to sit on the bench with Tibbs. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? You gotta allow whoever you choose to be the head coach to pick their own staff. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you're gonna have your own input with them, but you cannot hire a coach and then immediately start telling them what to do. Isn't that what we did with Phil Jackson and Hornacek? Isn't that what we did with Phil Jackson and that other freaking bum Fisher? The con artist. You know what I'm saying? Didn't we just go through that? You know what I'm saying? So we can't go through it again. Yeah, that's one thing that pisses me off. I'm trying not to bang the table. Is that the Knicks fans forget their history, man. We can go back as far as you want to go back. And people are still talking about like what they want to happen, what they want to do. And it's already something that's already been done that failed, that we've been saying all this time that we don't want that to happen. And then like we're talking about CP3 and bringing Melo back. CP3 makes $40-something million and he still has like 2 more years left on the contract. What are you talking about? What happens if CP3 gets another injury and he's just sitting on the bench? We don't have no team. What kind of coach is he going to build when he has his routine hamstring injury? You know what I'm saying? What kind of culture are we going to build when Carmelo Anthony is literally our best scoring option and he gets the ball and of course he's going to shoot it? You know what I'm saying? Because who else is going to shoot it? We don't have no team. We already spent. If you're going to talk about getting CP3, that's all the money right there. All the money's gone. We can't get anybody. We got Carmelo Anthony because Carmelo Anthony is going to be a minimum kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? So you got guys like this. How did we get better? We just got a bunch of rookies with Melo and CP3. That's going to build the culture. Like we just had Melo. We just had Melo here. Melo here. We of course we didn't do it the best that we could have done with Melo, but we did the best that we could, man. All things considering. And only thing that didn't happen was like the best year with Woody is when we just gave Melo the ball and everybody just stepped back. Jason Kidd. You want to talk about coaching candidates? Jason Kidd is the first name that I'm going to mention, along with Kenny Atkinson. Kenny Atkinson and Jason Kidd to me are like basically on the same level as far as a person that's going to be in tune with the front office. You know what I'm saying? The front office, we got World Wide West, Leon Rose, we got all these different guys. We got my man Steve Stout, involved. A bunch of other different guys too. You know what I'm saying? You need a guy that's going to be on touch with the younger generation, in touch with the older generation, friends with guys like Steve Stout, friends with guys like World Wide West. That's been in. You want somebody that's entangled with all of this. Somebody that's going to be in the mix, either with that or just somebody like a hard worker like Kenny Atkinson. Kenny Atkinson is always known to be a hard worker. Now I don't understand. Like people has mentioned on some other shows that I've been on. They say that Kenny Atkinson is a player's coach and he was playing Spencer Dinwiddie and some of the other guys too much minutes. It's like, who else was he gonna play? They don't have no team over there. Who else are we gonna play but Spencer Dinwiddie? Spencer Dinwiddie made the All-Star game if he didn't hurt himself or whatever, and the other kid was having a breakout year. I can't think of his name because this is a Knicks podcast, not a diehard Nets podcast. But I mean, like these are the players that they have. So of course he has to go through these guys. You like if you don't have a star, does that mean that you can't just rely on some of your best players to do the work? You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I want to get away from too. A lot of Knicks fans are just basically star whores. For lack of a better word, excuse me. Okay, no disrespect to the whores out there, but I mean they're just star whores. You just want that whole savior thing that the media always used to love to do in the 80s and 90s and sometimes 2000s. That savior shit is dead, man. Like look at LeBron James. LeBron James is the greatest player of this era. You know what I'm saying? And he could have won it alone. He was able to get to the finals with some really bad teams. But those players weren't completely garbage. But he didn't win any championships until he got Hall of Famers with him. Say what you want about Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh was getting 25, 12, and whatever when before he got to Miami. You know what I'm saying? So he was a star on his own right. If he kept that thing, he would be like first ballot Hall of Famer just from his stats alone. You know what I'm saying? Then you want to talk about Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade already won a championship already in Miami. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to Dwayne Wade's team, Pat Riley's team. You know what I'm saying? They built a team around him. So you know what I'm saying? You're not going to win with just one player. You know, you need a bunch of players. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to build a culture, you know, I'm saying a lot here, man. But you know, if you want to build a culture, it's not going to be built around one player, one older guy. You know, somebody that I guess people respect, whatever. Even though CP3 don't respect the court, that's a whole nother conversation in itself. But I mean, you want to bring a guy that's supposed to have all this what do you want to say, experience or whatever. And he's supposed to bring the culture. You know what I'm saying? Look at every single Knicks team that's been good since 1988. Because let's go there. I made a post on my Instagram not too long ago where from 1988 to what was it, 2001, the Knicks was straight in the playoffs the whole time. You know, like I'm sorry if you missed that era. You know what I'm saying? If you missed that era, I feel sorry for you. But don't trash like the Knicks are just like they've always been trash. They weren't trash. You know, I was 9 years old in '88, and in 2001, I was 22. I was just about to have my first child during that time. So I went from a baby to an adult with the Knicks in the playoffs. Are you kidding me? I mean, like people forget the history. You know, that's the whole point of this whole rant. People forget the history, and they like if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it, man. So like if we sign Chris Paul right now, trade for him. If we trade for him, all our assets are going to this guy, and we're gonna be you know, I'm from New York, so I curse a lot. We're gonna be screwed. We're gonna be screwed because I mean, no one the Knicks, he's gonna get hurt, and the next thing you know, we're gonna be screwed for 2 years. Won't be able to move the contract. And we're gonna have to pray for the next CBA or some kind of like thing or whatever, like some kind of Corona thing, whatever, to be able to rip a contract out of there. So I see Bill McHenry's talking about Udoka from the Spurs and 76ers. Former Knick. That's one thing that I've never heard anybody say. Former Knick. Okay, Ime Udoka. You know, excuse me if I can't get his name correct, but I mean he's a former Knick. Nobody said anything about him being a former Knick. People don't even know that he's a former Knick. That goes about the history, the narrative. If you don't even know the history, how dare you talk about or try to create a narrative if you don't know the history? If you're not going to tell the history, you know, Ime Udoka, even though he didn't play in like any of our big errors or anything like that, even though he wasn't really a good player, you know what I'm saying? He still was a former Knick. So somebody got to say it. What's going on over here in sportscaster world here? The kid becomes too power hungry. I got you. Yeah, RJ is definitely going to turn into a star. They were in the playoffs for 14, 15 years straight, man. And then if you want to talk about that, there was stints in the 80s when you talk about Michael Ray Richardson and Bernard King days. They were in the playoffs sporadically throughout that year. So if you want to add the whole decade of the 80s, then the playoffs has always been in the Knicks history. Now you want to go into the 70s. We won championships in the 70s. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about the 50s? The 50s, we were in the championship game. A lot. You know, with Richard Guerin and whoever else that we had, Dick McGuire, and those different guys. You know, so we have a history. Now people like they want to make the Knicks into this laughing stock. The Knicks are even though we haven't won since 2001. Even though we, you know, Melo, you know, shout out to Melo because Melo did make the playoffs a couple times with Stoudemire and the crew, right? But you know, you want to talk about 2001? We haven't been consistently winning since then. I mean, you want to talk about from 1948 when the NBA started to 2001? We're one of the winningest franchises, even to this day. To this day, we're still one of the winningest franchises. 2 championships. How many teams out there got 2 championships? How many championships did Golden State have before Mark Jackson got there? What can I say? You know what I'm saying? How many championships does Milwaukee Bucks have? You know what I'm saying? You can just go down the line. How many championships does just go down the line? Any team? How many championships do these guys have? It doesn't matter because the Knicks are still a top franchise. You know. Statistically wise, throughout the whole course of their existence, you know what I'm saying. Then you want to talk about just popularity wise in the whole world. The Knicks are still up there. You know, we're still one of the most wealthiest teams, whatever. So regardless if from 2000 to basically now on 2020, 19 years, give or take a few years in the mellow era, like that we've been bad from 2001 to 1948, you know, just that history alone stacks up against the whole rest of the NBA. So it's like whatever, man. Maybe before Kerr, but they did win when they did have Mark Jackson. They didn't win the championship, but they did make the playoffs. So I think they were like a 48 win team or something like that. I'm not sure if they won the year before that, but I mean it was the build up. They before before that era with Stephen Curry and all this, they didn't win anything. They had like the Run TMC, but they didn't really win nothing. They had the Baron Davis era where they won that 1 year and they upset what was it, Dallas, or I forgot what team they upset. It wasn't Dallas, it was some other team. They upset somebody. And those aside those little things, they haven't done anything since the early days when they won the championship back in the days with Rick Barry and those guys. What else are we talking about here? Ford's #1 NBA franchise, absolutely. What we got going on over here in Sportscaster? Trash for 20 years. Yeah, man. Yeah, it was Dallas. Thank you, man. Yeah, man. So that's what it's all about. Who we got over here in Facebook hiding? If you're on Facebook, I see 3 people on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, say what up. I see Chanel Fuller. What up, Chanel? Oh, that was Chanel talking before. Sorry about that. Like I said, this is live. This is like officially my first real live podcast, whatever. So so I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Tell a friend, man. I'm gonna be doing this more often. This is kind of too late for me. I need guys to give me some feedback on what times that you think will be good for you to come and just be a part of the show, because like I'm gonna get guys to call in, and also I'm gonna have some guests here to jump on the screen, and so share some time and talk some Knicks, man. Yeah, so this is all brand new here. I hope you like the setup. It's basic, you know what I'm saying. Got the little thing there. Phone lines are open. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody wants to text me right now, you can text me to this number, 646-470-1727. And you can get involved with the show, man. So the lines are open. So if you want to text me now just to say what up, or just to text me to give me the heads up to make sure that the number works or whatever, you can hit me up and we can talk some Knicks, man. Thank you, Spurs, with Aiden for the follow. Appreciate you. I need some tickets, man. I still don't know what those tickets do on Sportscaster, man. But on Sportscaster, you're able to give tickets. So if you can give tickets, man, give me some tickets. I don't even know what they're for, but whatever. Man. So what else can we talk about? That we're still kind of like on the Knicks narrative here. Like I said, Kenny Atkinson and Kidd, I think will be great. Because I know Kidd has you want to talk about articles? Howard Beck put that article out, Bleacher Report. He was like, they had that in the stash for as many weeks as they've been doing that 30 teams in 30 days thing. So they couldn't wait to flame James Dolan with the whole social injustice thing that he didn't say that he wanted him to say or whatever at the time. I already talked about it already on the show. But you want to talk about articles? Jason Kidd is gonna have a whole laundry list of articles already in the stash. Same way like I could click buttons here like this. You know what I'm saying? They're just gonna click a button and they're gonna send it right to the press, and then we're gonna be talking about Jason Kidd's love interest here, and he used to beat his wife here, and then he crashed into a pole there. He's an alcoholic. He's a womanizer. You know what I'm saying? He's like a dirtbag or whatever. Okay, cool, man. You got to give people. This is New York. You got to give people a chance to redeem themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like he hasn't had an incident in years. Since he was in the Knicks. Or since he was in New York, he hasn't had any incidents and stuff like that. So he's been coaching, doing his thing, whatever. You could see him doing his thing where wherever he's at, whatever. So I think he might be ready for it. And of course everyone loves Mike Woodson. All right, let me just say what I'm going to say. Then I get to Mike Woodson. Everybody loves Mike Woodson, so if you're going to get Jason Kidd here, he's more than likely going to bring Mike Woodson into his coaching staff. So you get to see Mike Woodson on the bench for you Woodson lovers out there. You know what I'm saying? Now you want to talk about Woodson? People forget the Knicks won 54 games 1 year. That's when Jason Kidd and all we had all those elder statesmen on the team. Kurt Thomas was back. Camby was back. We had Kenyon Martin, we had Rasheed Wallace was on the team. It was bugged out, man. That was in the mix in there with Melo, because we learned that Melo is not a leader, or he wasn't a leader at the time, because he still thought he was like the man, or whatever he was. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really knock him that. The Knicks didn't have a team around him. He didn't have a team with good enough players for him to want to buy into a system. Anyway, that's another story. But I mean, like 154 games, but people forget that the next year, I believe the Knicks won like 30 something games. Sim, you're still watching, man. You're the stat guy. How many games did we win the following year? I want to say it was 38. We won 38 games after that 54 win season. People forget about that. And then that same year, he was like asking for the teammates to give him suggestions on how they could fix it. I mean, like, people forget. It's a narrative. Like, you know what I'm saying? People forget the history. People forget. Now, here we go, years later, Mike Woodson is desperate. He wants to get back on the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? He's desperate to get back on the Knicks because this is his way of getting back into the NBA. Because nobody wants Mike Woodson on their team, fam. Because they remember what happened when he was with the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? So they already know what Mike Woodson is about. So why would they want to hire him? Nobody's hiring him. So he's begging the Knicks to give him a job. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh my God, like what is, like I'm just like at a loss for words, man. Sometimes when it comes to like just like Knicks fans, I can't say Knicks fans because I'm a Knicks fan. I know there's a lot of great Knicks fans out here. Like my man Simmer, he's giving me some good information. Of course, Bill McHenry, that's my man. I love Bill McHenry, man. Say the number again. Look at the screen, man. Scrolling on the screen. Phone lines are open. Call 646-470-1727. You know what I'm saying? Save it to your phones, whatever you want to do. Text me. Tell me who you are, and then I'll let you know when you can call in, and let's see if we can get that working. So anyway, oh man, like what was I talking about? Just the whole silly shit, man. It's like people forget the history. That they don't even know what they're saying. Oh, we need to bring Mike Woodson back. He was the best coach that we had. It's like, what are we talking about here, man? Man. Once again, shout out to UltimateKnicks.com. These are my guys. I was down with these guys since about 2001, if I'm not mistaken. 2001, maybe 2002, 2003. But I was on this website for like a lot of years before I decided to leave them and start doing my own thing. Because like I said, we got some guys out there already that's doing their thing. They're doing a great job too, man. And they're great people in person too. That's what's dope about this whole movement with the fans and stuff like that. Like I keep saying, Knicks fans are like are silly or whatever. They don't know the history. There's a lot of great fans out there that I've met since I've been doing this whole podcasting thing. That are just just incredible. It's just incredible to see, man. The amount of people that know the history, that love the team, that we could sit down in the arena. Let me tell you like a story. Like in the beginning of the year, we did a couple fan meetups, right? So we went to the net. Was it the Nets? No, it was the home opener when we played against the Nets. Home opener, we played against the Nets, whatever, and then we lost the game with Julius Randle spin move. Whoa, spin move. Lost the game because of that, whatever. But we sat there. And then like the game was going bad, right? But nobody really was screaming. You had a couple guys that there's just one of those guys you don't talk to them when the game is on. So they were just sitting down, they're staring at the game. You can't talk to them until the game is over. I used to be that type of fan, but I'm not that type of fan no more. But the rest of us, we could see the game, we're looking at each other. So we got up, and now we just building with each other because yes, the team that's on the floor sucks right now. We're young. We're trying to get it together. We're trying to get some veterans here, trying to get some big guys in there. Whatever they said in the beginning, that was all Steve Mills really with Scott Perry trying to fix it. But anyway, we got together. We in a group. We're just talking, building with each other, hugging and stuff. Hugging, you know what I'm saying? Just people, just because we're just so happy to see another Knicks fan. You know what I'm saying? So I hope you guys get that vibe from me, man. So yeah. Hope you get that vibe from me with this whole Knicks fan stuff. And once again, I appreciate you guys on Sportscaster. So this is gonna be the setup, man. I'm more than likely gonna use Facebook, but I wanna see what's going on YouTube too, right? So it's definitely gonna be Sportscaster every night, and then it'll be maybe like a mix between YouTube and Facebook. So I'm trying to figure out days, whatever. So I just need some feedback on what days that you guys would be interested in doing like a live show with me, whatever. Seeing the whole Die Hard Knicks live show, you know, becoming something, man. So right now we're at the 47 minute mark, man. So we could just I could talk forever, man. Like we were talking about what was my man talking about here? Just the whole playoffs and things of that nature. I was talking about Woodson. Just crazy, man. Yeah, like just to recap everything that's been happening here, man. It's a Knicks narrative out there. Like I shouted out Howard Beck, Bleacher Report, those articles and stuff like that. I just got another notification, just talking about that Pop said he don't want to die. It's like this yeah, you have to look, you have to be very careful of what goes into your head. You know what I'm saying? Because when the wrong thing is going to your mind, you tend to forget the truth that's in there, the truth that's out there. You tend to forget that. So you just always got to remember, like a lot of people don't never get that lesson. You know what I'm saying? You have to watch. So like when it comes to music, I'm a hip hop guy. I love hip hop, but this year has been a very dark year, whatever for everybody with the coronavirus and then just everything being shut down, people being depressed, and people just losing themselves a lot. There's a lot of people with depression, big time depression thing going on here, man. But what makes those type of things worse is by letting negativity. Hey, this is Ebro, the Star host of the Dynex podcast. I'm from Brooklyn, so I have a slight speech impediment. So I would like to thank my borough members, fellow borough members from East New York, Brooklyn, for making me the way that I am. I'm also half Puerto Rican, so that might add to that. So anyway, back on subject. You have to just be careful what you put in your mind. So if you constantly put negativity in your mind, that negativity is just going to grow, especially if you're feeling negative, if you're feeling hopeless, whatever, and you're putting hopeless shit in your mind, what do you think is going to happen? Same thing. If you cut off all the negativity and start searching for positivity out there, then that positivity will come back to you, and then you have room in your mind to think positively. Hello? You know what I'm saying? You learn something new every day, man. You tune into a Knicks podcast and you get some philosophy here. But that's what I do, man. So let's do this here. Let's shout out let's give some love to my regular podcast here, man. So I've been doing a podcast now for a little while. I'm almost up to episode 100. Just someone talking, man. It just started off with me just talking, by myself, talking in my car, talking on the street somewhere, talking in my, whatever. And it's become something a little bit bigger than that, man. So I've developed fans that goes up and down, fair weather fans, up and down, up and down, up and down, especially with the pandemic and stuff like that. But I get a lot of feedback, and I'm really like heavy on Instagram. So if you can go to Instagram.com, I'm Die Hard Knicks podcast on there. So just search for Die Hard Knicks podcast on Instagram, and please like the because people like to that's another thing. People like to follow somebody, but won't actually click the follow button, but they'll keep going back to the page, but won't click the follow. Give your boy a follow, man, so you can see the stuff that I'm posting, so you can stay up to date. Because a lot of people say, "Oh, you're on Facebook? I don't see you." Well, if you were my friend on excuse me, not Facebook, Instagram, then you would see some of the posts that I put. I love Instagram. Instagram is fun. A lot of great fans on there, and I like to interact and stuff there. My bro Mad Dog is a millionaire. People love speech impediment. There it is. Even the other guy, the heavyset dude, man, he has like a weird speech impediment too. He has like that like Howard Beach, Brighton Beach kind of like a drunk man talk. Anyway, I just want to talk about the podcast, man. So I've been doing that for a little while. So it's just that well, I was talking about Instagram. So Instagram, I'm always on Instagram. So check me out on Instagram. Hit me up in the DMs or just comment on different stuff, and we could talk, man. So Facebook. We got guys on Facebook. Bill Big Henry's on Facebook. We got Chanel Phillip is with me here. Who else is on here? I see a couple other people here on here. Right? Anyway, if you're watching on Facebook, please get down on the chat so I can know you're here. So anyway, we got Facebook, whatever. So Facebook, I actually started first on Facebook. Facebook was originally a written blog. So I graduated from the written blog to the podcast, whatever. So so Facebook, Facebook was going crazy for a minute. And then for some reason, everybody just stopped on Facebook. So you guys on Facebook that are watching, I appreciate the two guys that are here. But if you watch it, if you follow the Dire Knicks on Facebook, please share, man. You got to share this stuff. Share and if you like it, share with other people so they can see what if they like it too, man. Let's try to build this thing up because for me this is all about the fans or whatever. I have really no interest interviewing players that too much because I lived that era with them. So I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to be, hey man, how did you feel when you made that shot? Like, you know what I'm saying? I know how I felt when you made the shot. So I don't need to know what you felt when you made the shot. I don't need to know the backstories or whatever because we was there. I was there. I was there when it happened. You know what I'm saying? I had my TV in my front yard with the whole neighborhood in my yard watching Knicks games and whatever. We all remember what happened. You know what I'm saying? After every game, people yelling out their windows and hanging out the windows and stuff like that. So we was there. We know what happened. So I don't need to interview a player to talk about stuff that happened that I already seen. You know what I'm saying? So that's not something that you're going to see here. You might end up seeing like a player every once in a while, just talk about something specific or just to build and just to kick it with them. You know what I'm saying? But it's never going to be like we're going to talk about the old 90s stuff. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we've been there already. The 90s has been like 20 years ago. So, you know, the way I feel about that whole nostalgia stuff, man, is if you want to find out about it, go on YouTube and check it out. You know what I'm saying? If you want to find out about it, ask somebody that's seen it before. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get that narrative or that information from the sports people out there. You're not gonna get that from them. You're gonna get it from real fans. So find a real fan out there if you vibe with them, whatever, and just rock with them because these guys that are out there that are putting content out there are great. It's not just YouTube. You got guys on the podcast front. Check them out. You know, just Google Podcasts, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll see whatever. When I'm saying it, if you're out there, Google Die Hard Knicks Podcast. Go into your browser, Die Hard Knicks Podcast, enter, and then see what pops up. You know what I'm saying? Let's actually do that right now, man. We could do that right now. So let me just open up another window here. Yeah, man, this is great, man. This whole live TV stuff, not live TV, but live internet stuff, man. It's great. So anyway, here goes a tab. Hello, tab. So look, watch what I do. People was like, oh, you have a podcast? Oh, what's the name of it? How do I find it? I can't see it. Where is it? Yo, check this out. Die Hard Knicks space podcast. Enter. Holy shit! Would you see all the stuff that's on the Google search? Oh my God! Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Anchor. What the hell? Let's scroll down and see what else we see. Are these the podcast episodes? Can I just click it? You probably could. Oh my goodness! Let's scroll down some more. Oh, iHeartRadio, get out of town. Public radio. Oh my God. How do you find the merch? Look, Die Hard Knicks podcast merch. Holy cow. I'm on Breaker too. Listen Notes. Wow, I didn't even know I was on Listen Notes. Listen Notes. Look, Die Hard Knicks podcast on YouTube. Oh man, excuse me. I'm having a good time here by myself. But I mean, like, it's right there. It's right there. Where is it? Right there. What? Boop. It's right there. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you're looking for Eru, that's me. The Anystar, that's my name. You know, if you're looking for that, just Google it, and you'll be able to find anything that you want, man. Let's get out here, man. Let's find out what I'm talking about and see if I'll rock with you. And let's just keep on going, man. Yeah. So let's actually go back to the merch thing here. Is this up? I can't really see. All right, so I gotta do it again. Let's pull up the merch screen again because this was the message that I put up here at first. I have merch, guys. So like the whole reason why I'm posting the whole merch thing here is because of this particular T-shirt. I also have it for women. Racism ends with me. Everything that you see on this Die Hard Knicks podcast website, any proceeds that I get is going to go to a Black Lives Matter charity. Like I said at the top of the show, you know, I'm giving anything that any profits that I would get from any of these shirts are going to go to a charity. I still haven't picked a charity yet. I still need your help. I have some charities narrowed down, but on July 23rd, I'll announce who I'm going to give the money to. Like I said, people are having a hard time finding me apparently. You know what I'm saying? But so I don't have a lot of people that's buying shirts. But whatever little bit of money that I'm getting, that I'm going to get from this website at this time on July 23rd will be the last day. Is going to go to these charities, whatever, man. So, like you might know me personally, or you just might be a fan of the show, whatever. This is a great opportunity to grab some stuff, man. I have this I am a diehard fan shirt there. That's kind of cool. Keep the Knicks name out your mouth. That's my famous thing. I love to say that. I also did a push-up challenge thing with my man Dirty Doorman. He has a platform of his own, so check out the Dirty Doorman and the stuff that he's doing. And also too, you got a couple of diehard Knicks logo shirts and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is not about me making money. Like I said, whatever money that I would get from this website is going to go to a Black Lives Matter charity. So once again, man, thank you guys for buying, because whoever did buy, I really appreciate it. But what's Henry saying? Okay, he bounced. You got the goods. Yeah, man. Let me give you some, since Bill was here for the first show. Bill McHenry, he's actually an accomplished jazz saxophone player. So check out Bill McHenry. If you love the Knicks and you go to one of his shows, once the shows start opening up, Bill McHenry, Google him. He's a white guy, crazy looking dude, man, but he's a great saxophone player, man. So if you're into like modern jazz and whatever, he's a great saxophone player. Check out Bill McHenry. You can just Google him. He'll pop up. He's a guy with crazy hair, whatever, big old bug eyes, whatever, but he's a great saxophone player. And like I said, if you're a Knicks fan and you happen to go to one of his shows, just go up to him. It's like, hey, man, are you a Knicks fan? Are you Bill McHenry a Knicks fan? So, oh, yeah, I heard about you on the Higher Knicks podcast, and he will flip out, okay? He will flip out. You know what I'm saying? He might bring you backstage and show you what those musicians be doing back there, which I also had the opportunity of doing, man. So anyway, it's been an hour, so I'd like to say good night, man. Good night to you guys. Thank you for rocking with me. This is going to be a reoccurring thing. What day is today? Today's Monday. So I don't really like Monday too much. Monday's kind of whack. But I mean, if you like Mondays, let me know. Hit me up wherever you can find Dynamics Podcast. Hit me up on Instagram. I'm always on there. I'm also, shout out to Twitter. I'm always on. I'm not on Twitter often, but it's Dynamics PC on Twitter, and you'll be able to interact with me there. So anyway, where you find Dynamics Podcast, just hit me up and just give me whatever feedback that you might have for me or whatever. So anyway, this has been Evil to Any Star, host of the Dynamics Podcast. Like I said, just simply Google me, man. Google Dynamics Podcast, and you'll find out anything you need to find out, man. Find out what I'm doing anytime I'm posting on whatever content, whatever. So, like I said, this is the new live show, new thing that I'm doing here. I'll have the chat on the side for the Facebook guys to be able to talk to me. I also have sports caster running, so whoever pops up on Sportscast, I'll be able to interact with you also. Then as well, look at the screen. I'm not sure if you can see it, but the number is 646-470-1727, and you can talk to the kid live and just be a part of the show. Like I said, I have some guests on here, and we can just really get busy, man. So once again, this is Ewo the Any Star, host of the Dynamics Podcast. Check me out on whatever you find podcasts. You'll find some episodes on there. I try to post as often as I can. So the live show will be more than likely once or twice a week, but the podcast is just popping all the time, man. Mark, what's good, Mark? How's it going, Mark, man? That's Mark Irvin. Mark Irvin, we used to work together, and he's a great DJ, man. So, that's the Mark. Yo, I'll hit you up once I get off here, and I'll just let you know what I'm doing here. So this is like a new thing here, new live show. Like I'm trying to tell everybody, I'm closing out, but I'm gonna be doing this show basically either once a week or twice a week. I'm trying to work out whatever days I'm gonna do it. So so people that actually listen to the podcast, you can get a chance to interact with me here on the show and stuff, man. Yeah, I'm proud of you too, man. You the man, Mark. So like I said, I'll hit you up offline, and I can tell you what I'm doing here. So anyway, this is Ewo the Any Star, host of the Dynamics Podcast. For those that listen to the show on the podcast, what I do is I put 4 fingers to the forehead, tucking my thumb, and I salute. That's how you salute, man. You gotta 4 fingers to the forehead, tucking that thumb so you don't poke yourself in the eye. You know what I'm saying? You do like that. you know, and salute. And that's what you do when you see a diehard. Die Knicks podcast, man. Just Google it. All right, peace, man. Thank you for tuning in. Everybody on Sportscast. Thank you for tuning in. Simma, you got a question before I get out of here? Who do you think we should draft? Yeah. All right, we're drafting number 6. We're drafting number 6. Okay, we can go up or we can go down. We can go from the last draft. We can go down 2, right? We can go up as high as 1 and as low as probably 8, right? So we just got to go best player available. That's all I got for you, Simma. Like next time you see me on live, like I said, we can really get busy and talk, man. Like I said, I got a number. Save the number and whatever. Like I said, I'll put it up a little higher so guys can see it. Maybe some people's computer can't really see certain things, so I'll put it up a little higher so guys can see it when the phone lines are open, and we can get you guys on the show. We could talk some Knicks, man. So anyway, best player available. Okay, Simma, don't choke me, man. Check me out on the next live show. Once again, also subscribe to wherever podcast platform that you like. Let's actually when I close out, I'll post a link, not a link, a little thing so you can see the different platforms. Anyway, I'm out of here. Thank you, Mark. Like I said, I'm gonna hit you up when I get off. I hit you up on Instagram when I get off. Shout out to Bill McHenry. Like I said, hit up Bill McHenry. Google him. He's a jazz saxophone player, man. So check him out. My man Simma, thank you for tuning in, man. You are the man. Thank you for helping me out with the research and stuff like that. So anyway, let's build this up. Tell your peoples that the Die Knicks podcast is gonna start doing live stuff once again on Facebook every once in a while, on YouTube every once in a while, but definitely every day not every day, but twice a week on Sportscaster. All right. Die Knicks podcast. 4 fingers to the forehead, tucking your thumb. Salute. And I catch you guys on the next one. All right. Peace. Like how I did that, right? Anyway, peace, guys, man. Appreciate you guys for tuning in.